Hello, and welcome to Improvisation Episode 3. I'm Ali. I help run the RNCM Young Violas program. Since my last video, one of my favourite annual celebrations, Halloween, has passed, and it inspired me to write something spooky for you. So today we're using a piece that I wrote called Phrygian. And in this video, we are exploring the Phrygian Mode, Trills and Tremolos. What are they? And how do you play Trills and Tremolos? New videos are coming monthly, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to get notified of any of the new videos coming through. Before you get started, just make sure that you have all the right stuff around you and that your viola is tuned up nice and good. So today, as I said, we're using a track called Phrygian. The Phrygian mode is one of the 7 musical modes that we use in music. And did you know a song in the Phrygian mode? I Care by Beyonce. Links up here. So let's look at how the Phrygian mode compares to a regular C major scale, also known as the Ionian mode. In the Ionian mode, we go from C to C in C major. However, when we go up to the Phrygian mode, we are going from E to E. So we're staying in the same key, and that's really, really important. We're staying in the key of C major. However, we are starting the scale on E rather than C. Okay, so let's firstly try and play C major, starting on the open C, 2 octaves. Remember to try and fit with the track as best as you can. Back down again. So the track is actually anchored around E, but because we are in the mode of the Phrygian mode, we actually play in C major and it sort of fits with the track. Why don't you have a go yourself now and see how you get on? Play that notes as fast as you like, slow as you like. This is a bit of a warm-up, so maybe slow is nice. Try playing C major 2 octaves. Let's now move to E Phrygian. It's really important to remember that we're actually in the same key. So we're not playing E minor, E major, we're playing E Phrygian, which means we're playing notes from the low E, second finger on the C string, to the high E, fourth finger on the A string, However, we are staying in C major. So a little bit like this. So why don't you have a go now, using that range, so starting on low E up to a high E, see how you get on with that. All the way ranging from the open C up to E, fourth finger on the A string. I'd like you to just have a go using them notes to see what comes out, have a little improvise, maybe experiment with playing the notes a bit faster, a bit slower. This is still very much a warm-up, so just enjoy taking your time with this. There's going to be a couple of minutes in the video for you to just enjoy this with the track, and just remind you the notes. Faster or slow as well. Okay, have fun.
string techniques. One of them is trills, and the other one is tremolo. Let's start with trills, and as always, I've asked the internet about a definition, and Cambridge Dictionary says that trills are the effect achieved by the fast playing of a note and the note above or below it, one after the other. So in other words, yeah, just playing notes that are consecutive. So it could be a first to a second finger, second to a third finger, third to a fourth finger, etc. So a trill may sound a little bit like this. Or a faster trill might sound a little like this. But the proper way to write a trill is like this, and it sounds very similar to the previous one. However, you can play the trill as fast or slow as you like, as long as you're going between the two notes. So that's the coolest way, because it means you can sort of slightly change up how you're trilling. The really big thing about trills, technically, is just making sure that we keep the left hand as relaxed as possible. So when we're adding the second finger in this context, we're just putting down the minimum amount of pressure in order to make that note actually work. I will admit though, after about 5 or 6 minutes of trilling, you might find that you're getting a little bit tired, in which time it's just time to have a 30-second break. Okay, so I'd like you to just try trilling. You can use the same range as we were using before, or you can go beyond it if you want. But make sure you're trilling between all of the fingers, so even third and fourth finger, which is pretty hard, but definitely worth practicing. And keep that left hand nice and relaxed, and let's make sure we stay in the Phrygian mode too. You might be asking yourself, what's tremolo in comparison to trills? Tremolo, when singing or playing an instrument, is a shaking sound that is achieved by repeating the same note extremely quickly, or by playing two notes very quickly, one after the other. So there's kind of two different versions of tremolo. We're going to look at the first one first, which is basically playing one note, making a shaking sound. So it would sound a little like this. Okay, notice that I was doing it at different speeds, sort of a little bit slower, a little bit faster. You can vary it up as you like. Just make sure this time, rather than the left hand, the right hand is doing quite a lot of work, in fact, right arm. So make sure you're holding the bow very gently, so that you can sort of do this for as long as possible. Again though, you might find you get really, really, really tired after doing this after several notes. So I'd like you now to, again, staying in the Phrygian mode, let's just do some single note trem improvisation, so you can go again around your range. Whatever you like. 2 notes. So this may sound familiar. This is also kind of a tremolo. Okay, because we're going between 2 notes. However, it's also a trill, because we're going between 2 adjacent notes. So that's where they are very similar. But how about this one? Okay, so this time we're moving between an E and a G, which means that we're definitely in tremolo land, because we're moving more than 1 note apart from each other. You can also try, so you can do E and G, E and A, E and B, E and C, and E and D. Okay, as long as we are shaking between notes as fast as possible, there are almost unlimited combinations of tremolo. So there's also 3-note tremors. There's one, another one. We have 4-note tremors as well if we go. We're going to go really wild. So we've got this one. Okay, so they're getting more and more tricky. Just try your best and see how you get on. You don't need to be super duper fast, you can do it a little bit slower if you want. But here's some really impossible trems. Sounds a bit gross because we're going across 2 different strings there. So, as I said, nearly impossible and not really an effective sound, but you know, as you like. So we're going to try experimenting with these different trends that we have. So remember, we have the single note trends. We have tremming between 2 notes as long as they're more than 1 whole tone apart, and we can do it between several notes. Now we're at that favourite time for probably some of you now. We're going to be doing just free improvisation, so I'm going to leave you to your own devices. There'll be plenty of tracks to play along with after I finish talking. You can play along in the Phrygian Mode, either normally, with pizzicato, with trills, with trems, or literally anything else you fancy. Nothing is the wrong answer in the case of improvisation, which is why it's so cool. Next month, I'm going to look into the Lydian mode, so that's going to be quite interesting. I think Lydian might be my favourite mode, so I'm really pumped about making a track for it. thanks so much for watching the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time.